Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back, Moto fans. Hey, today I am ranking what I am calling crash systems in these Moto games, whether they be motocross, supercross, or like MotoGP or road racing. First, we're taking a look at my number 10 is the MXGP Series. You can see this crash system. It has the ragdoll physics, but then the rider just respawns. So you can replace any milestone game as number 10. You'll see that my number 10 through 8 are all milestone games. I do not like the just instant respawn on these games. Same as on Supercross, you'll see. I want something more where you have to actually get back up, get on your bike, and there's more of a penalty for crashing. These games, you know, man, if somebody crashes, like the AI, they can crash right in front of you, and then they're right behind you right after they get up. And of course, you do the same thing when you crash. I wish there was an option in these games to make it harder, where you had to run back to the bike, make it more realistic. I think that would be fun. But again, any of these milestone games, and most, from what I've seen from checking videos of all different types of games, almost every game uses some form of this with a respawn, where you don't have to do anything. Again, MotoGP, a road racing game, again, another milestone game. Fantastic looking ragdoll physics. But again, it's the same respawn. I think I just ranked this higher than the Moto games because I love the high sides are usually big, and the low sides. Right, number 7, what I took a look at was MXBikes. You know, this is supposed to be a really sim game, but the crashing, the guy just rolls up into a little ball into a fetal position, and he'll stay there as long as you want. And then you have to hit your respawn button, and then you're instantly back on the bike. So again, it's kind of a sim, but it's not. It doesn't put you in the correct position, you know, forward on the track. So you have to actually go the correct way. But I just don't like. Why is he in a ragdoll position? I mean, not a ragdoll. Why is he in a fetal position every time? My number 6. The MX versus ATV series. So as far as I could tell, the whole series uses the same thing. They have really good ragdoll physics. It looks spectacular. He'll sit there as long as you want, similar to MX bikes, but once you hit respawn, it'll put you back on the bike and you're good to go again. So again, I mean, you get some great looking crashes, but let's make it a little, you know, make it a little bit harder to get back on the bike. Again, this is just my opinion, guys. You'll probably, some of you guys probably don't want more realistic, you know, crashes where you have to actually get on the bike, and the instant respawns are good with you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, I'm probably gonna catch some heat for this one. PUBG. It's not a moto racing game, but it does have bikes in it, and this just goes to show you what a non-racing. These guys aren't even racing developers, and look at what you have to do. You crash, the bike and the rider separate. You have to go retrieve your bike from wherever it's at to get back on it. Of course, the bike physics are just terrible in this game. Watch this crash here. But again, the bike and rider do separate eventually, and you have to pick up the bike. Well, it kind of gets itself up, but at least it has that animation. All right, number 4, Excitebike. This is like one of the granddaddies of Supercross, motocross games. 1984, this came out from Nintendo. Watch when these guys crash. Even back then, the developers said, hey, we need to give some kind of penalty to these people crashing. Look, they crash, the riders get pushed to the side of the track, and then they have to run back to the bike, pick it up, and get back on. Of course, you're not doing anything manually. It's all automatic, but still, a developer back then put that in a game. And this isn't a sim game. It's an arcade game. Come on, man. All right, number 3, MX Simulator. So this is arguably one of the, well, not one of the most sim game there is for MX riders. You know, the thing, there is a penalty when you crash in this. The riders, they kind of pick themselves up. The only problem with it is they are permanently attached to the handlebars. That's just something I can't get over. Why they are attached to the handlebars, I know why. Probably because the developer, it was an easy way out not to have to do the total ragdoll physics, do the animations for the rider getting back to the bike and picking it up. But they, some great crashes, some interesting physics there. All right, my number 2, Dakar 18. When you hit something, never mind that you're stuck in the rock here. When you hit something and you go flying off the bike and the rider are separated. That's something that I like. You dust yourself off and you have to go find your bike. The only thing I don't like about this, the bike is already standing up. It kind of respawns itself. But you have to get back to it. You have to get back on the bike before you, it's not an instant respawn. And I really like that about this game. The only thing that would make it better, like I mentioned, is if it had the animation for picking up the bike. The only reason I can think that these Moto games don't have this, of course, you have to make the animations for all the riders picking up the bike. But you could be on uneven surfaces, and so making the animations look good on like the side of a hill, wherever you're at, you know, up against different objects, it's probably really hard to do. And that's the only reason I can think of it. They didn't do it. Okay, my number 1 is Superbike 2001. Now watch these riders. They crashed. They have to run back to their bike. They actually pick up their bike. They hop over it to get on the right side. And then they run with it to bump start it. It actually has the bump start animation. I mean, this was in 2001. It's just amazing. I think that the game had that much, you know, they took the time back then to make all these rider animations. Why have we gone away from that? You know, it led to some really funny things with the AI happening here, but look at this, just like it's a cluster. I mean, everybody's trying to go get it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. Let me know, do you guys like the arcade style? Do you want more sim when you have to get back to your bike? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.